So for this video, I'm going to be showing you guys exactly how to get better FPS on PS4 and PS5. And yeah, if you guys are on PS4 Pro or PS4 Slim, this will all work for each and every one of those, including the PlayStation 5, the new PlayStation. So yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and get right on to the video. The thing that you guys can actually go ahead and do is you guys can come over here and press the power button, hold it down until you hear a second beep. Just like that, you'll hear a second beep after a little while, and then your screen will come on. The screen should look something like this. It should be in safe mode right there, and it says connect the controller using the USB cable and then press the PlayStation button. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and plug in a USB cable to the front or the back. It should work. And once you guys got that, just go ahead and plug in your controller and go ahead and turn on the controller. So once you guys have the controller on, what you guys can go ahead and do is you guys can go down and you guys can do clear cache and rebuild database. Just do clear system software cache, and then you guys can do the same thing again, and then you guys can do the second option too, which is rebuild database. So do the first and second one, I recommend. But yeah, you just click OK, and all this is gonna do is literally just clear out old data that it doesn't need. It's gonna like rebuild everything. So yeah, and it's just gonna really just clean out your console software wise. But yeah, this really does not take long at all. But what it's going to do is it's gonna go ahead and reset. Alright boys, so as you guys can see, right after doing that, literally nothing changes pretty much. Like, it just does it all automatically. It doesn't take away anything. Everything's still the same. All it does is literally just clear out files. And yeah, what you guys are going to go ahead and do next is the second option, which you guys can just go ahead and press this again. It's going to take you to here. You guys just press the PlayStation button, and then what you guys are going to want to do is go over here, go ahead and click number 5, clear cache and software, or just clear cache, that section. And then you guys just go to number 2, rebuild database, and just click OK. So basically this is just going to restart the PlayStation yet again, and this process I'll show you guys whenever the PlayStation restarts. Alright, so the PlayStation is restarting right now. It's powering back on, and it's going to come up with this screen saying that it's rebuilding the database. Now it's going to say that it takes a long time, but it actually only takes about a minute or less to rebuild the database. Don't worry, this does not delete absolutely anything. It just deletes files that are not needed and just rebuilds the whole database. You know what I'm saying? Well, actually, that was the first option that deletes stuff, but this just like reorganizes everything on your PlayStation. And yeah, it just takes a few minutes to just 1 minute. Should not take long at all. Yeah, there's about 2 seconds left, and once this is over, it's going to take you right back into your PlayStation, as you can see, and nothing's deleted. So yeah, the next thing I'm going to recommend is just go ahead and come over here to settings and come down here to storage. Oh, no, that's not storage. And basically on your console storage, especially if you're on a PS4, I'm going to want you guys to go ahead and delete any sort of games that you guys do not use or apps. So for me, it'll have to be Hulu. So we can come over here, select items to delete, and just select what you want to delete. So any games or anything, and then come over here, click delete, and then just click OK. It'll go ahead and delete all the items for you. Yeah, so then next, just delete anything from media gallery, and I think that's literally about it. If you guys are on PlayStation 4, I cannot stress this enough, make sure that your hard drive is not completely filled, because your PS4 is going to run a lot slower, especially if your hard drive is completely filled, just because of the fact that it has to go through all of that information. Now if you're on a PS5, this really does not matter. And another thing I would recommend, especially if you're on a PS4, is to get an external SSD, because of the fact that a hard drive on a PS4 is really slow, and an SSD compared to a hard drive is a lot quicker. So if you guys want quicker load times and just having things load in quicker, definitely do be sure to get an SSD, especially if you're on PS4. Now it doesn't really matter if you're on PS5. If you're on PS5, all it's really going to do is give you extra storage. Now you can't load games off of an SSD on a PS5, but you can use them to save the games on there. But you would just have to transfer them. But it's really fast, and honestly, I still think it's worth it. Now, yeah. Also, one thing that you can also do is go ahead and just delete any friends that you do not talk to anymore. So anybody on your friends list that you just haven't played with in forever, or people who you just don't really want on your friends list anymore, do go ahead and delete them, because believe it or not, having a lot of friends on your PlayStation is obviously more things happening in the background, so it's things that you don't want. So just be sure to delete all the friends that you don't talk to anymore, and yeah, this could actually help out a lot. So for my streamers on console, just go ahead and go to settings again, and what you guys are going to want to do is go over here to captures and broadcast. Now go down to the broadcast section right there, and then video quality is going to be right here. What I would recommend is, I would say to, if you're on PS4, I would definitely probably recommend to drop this down to 1920 by 1080 at 30 FPS. Now I believe on the very original PS4 you can't go to 1080p 60. I think it's only 30. But even if you are on a slim or a pro, I would just say go to 30 FPS. But if you want that extra frame rate, because it will definitely help out at least a bit. And yeah, if you guys want to, I wouldn't really have a camera on, because you know that always drops frame rate, but you can, because you know a camera in a live stream always does help out. But yeah, it's really up to you though. But if you want the max frame rate possible, this will definitely help, especially if you're a streamer on console. It will help out, so do be sure to keep that on whatever you feel suits you best and makes you comfortable. So yeah, this is going to be the last thing that I'm going to recommend. So go back to settings and come down here to save data and game/app settings. Press it, come down here to game presets, and come over here to difficulty, or no, come down here to performance mode or resolution mode. Now basically what this is going to do is going to prioritize either performance or resolution. Now I would recommend performance, because this is going to give you 120 FPS or 120 Hertz, and resolution is going to give you 4K 60. So if you want performance, I would definitely say go performance, because it gives you 120 FPS. So click it, and yeah, this is what I would recommend to get higher frame rate. Now this is automatically gonna give you higher frame rate because of that. And also, this is not on PS4. So if you guys do not see this setting on PS4, it's because it's PS5 only. And yeah, a little reminder too, by the way, I forgot to add in that performance mode. I know it's 120 FPS, but this 120 FPS only supports on some games, not every single game on PlayStation. So just be sure to check out which games do support that mode, which is 120 FPS. Alright guys, so in the middle of editing, I did forget to tell you guys one last step, and basically the last thing that you are going to want to do is you're going to want to make the background static. Now I don't believe you can change it on PS5, but on PS4 I believe that you can still. So basically the reason why you're going to want to make it a static color is just because it's going to have one less animation running in the background, and honestly it's just going to help out at least a little bit. And if you're on PS4, you really want to do everything that you can to help get better FPS. But yeah, that's one last thing that you can do that I forgot to mention even while I was editing this and I accidentally hit that. This is the end of the video. I hope you guys did enjoy it. Do be sure to drop a like, subscribe if this video did help you out absolutely any way. And also don't forget to use credit code SWITCHUPZ in the item shop. I do appreciate it a lot. And we're also on the road to 2,000 subscribers. So yeah, don't forget to drop a sub. And yeah, stay safe, take care, and peace out.